Everyone wants to learn a programming language, and in the race of all the programming languages, you must have heard this name at least once in your life, and might be this name must have changed your life or may change your life in the coming future. Yes, guys, I'm talking about the Python programming language, and this is our new course, Python Reloaded. Well, if you have seen our previous videos, earlier as well, we have made many videos on Python, but all that content was not complete, and in all those videos there was something missing. So here we are again back with this new course, that is Python Reloaded, and in this video series we are going to discuss about Python programming language from tip to the top. It means we are going to cover all the different levels of Python programming language. We will discuss about the programming language, the constants of this language, how we have to write the codes, why it was made, and what all you can make by using this programming language. Well, this is going to be a very big series on this channel, so if you are new to us, please do subscribe the channel and do follow us just now. Hey guys, this is Rajat Valecha and you are watching Computorial. Now without wasting your much time, let's start with the Python. The first question that do arise, what is Python and why do we need to learn Python, right? These are the two most important questions that everybody must have faced. Or many times you might be thinking that why the CBSE or why the college, or like being at a grad student or in school, you must have always thought that why they want to teach you this programming language. Why, right? And the question that comes just after that, it is, what is actually Python? What is Python, right? Now let's talk about what is Python. If we talk about Python, you all need to understand one thing. Python is a general purpose programming language. Okay, it is a high level language which is written in English like codes. Okay, so it simply means that whatever is written in this language, those terms can easily be read by the users and these terms can easily be understood. एक बार ज़रा मैं हिंदी में बता देता हूँ भाई, मैंने जैसे भी क्या बोला, मैंने बोला पाइथन जो है वो एक जनरल पर्पस प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है जिसको आप किसी भी टाइप के एप्लीकेशन को बनाने के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, फिर चाहे वो एक वेब ऐप हो, एक विंडो ऐप हो या फिर एक एंड्रॉयड ऐप हो, फिर चाहे वो गेम्स हो, वो छोटे सॉफ्टवेयर हो या फिर बड़े सॉफ्टवेयर हो, लाइक सैटेलाइट्स पे काम करने वाले या उससे बड़े ऑपरेशंस को परफॉर्म करने वाले, फिर चाहे वो डिफेंस में आते हो या आपके घर में आपकी किसी छोटी सी अप्लायंस में लगी हुई कोई छोटे सी सॉफ्टवेयर की स्क्रिप्ट हो। नेक्स्ट, ये एक हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज है, मतलब जो उसका कोड है वो इंग्लिश लाइक सिंटेक्स में लिखा जाता है, विच इज़ एक्चुअली वेरी इजी फॉर ह्यूमंस to read or understand. But because it is written in high level language, it simply means that your computer must be doing some extra work just because of this language, and it means it must be translating it. So we will discuss about that part later on. Let's talk about the next point. Python was made by Guido van Rossum. This name is the most important name in the development of Python. Now there's a very short story about this. Let's talk about that story first of all. It was December and approximately 1989, Guido van Rossum was working on a project where he was willing to make something. He was actually willing to make a programming language, a ABC like programming language. Well, ABC is a very popular programming language of old days. So he was willing to make a ABC like programming language that can easily communicate, or you can say work with all sort of operating systems available then. Now in that need to make a programming language like ABC, he started making something. He collected all the data that he had and he ended up making Python programming language. Well, Guido van Rossum is also called as benevolent dictator of the life because he made this language. He made Python, which actually changed the career of many Python programmers or many computer programmers. If we talk about Python language, it is actually the most simplest programming language. There are a few more languages, but currently if I talk about the biggest one, so it is the most simplest programming language available till the date. It was first released in 1991. My friends, do keep this in your mind that Guido van Rossum started working in the December 1989 and he released it for the first time in 1991. The 1991 version was actually not the you can say the correct or the uh, marketing one, so he again made some changes and later on it again came with different versions. Now, there's a story behind this name Python as well. While Guru Van Razan was working on this ABC like programming language, he was very puzzled to pick a good name for his language. Now, at the same time, he was a big fan of a BBC comedy series, that is Monty Python's Flying Circus. From that comedy series, he took out that word Python and started using that term as his programming language name. So from here we get this name Python. Now let's talk about why it is so popular. If we talk about popularity, well, popularity generally comes from the application, like you can say, perspective, right? So when you use something, if you feel that yes, it is something like that we all must have to use, and when you start recommending that language to your friends, that actually becomes popular, right? Like if you like my videos and if you'll recommend your friends to watch my videos, so I can be popular as well, right? So please do share my videos, guys. Now, the question is why Python is so popular. The first 2 points are the most effective ones. Well, Python is free programming language. It means for this programming language, actually you don't have to get any sort of license, and the source code is also available easily. And next is it is easy language. Yes, if we compare Python from all the other current available languages, be it C, C++, C Sharp, Java, PHP, or any of the frameworks of these languages, currently it is one of the most easiest programming languages available to us. The codes written in Python are actually really very easy. In this language, we don't have to use curly brackets much. We have to give the proper indentation. And we don't have to even put terminators like the other programming languages. If you remember, in the other programming languages, we were using semicolon at the end of every line, right? But it is not required with this language. Next, software quality. As I've told you with this point, it is a general purpose programming language where you can make all sort of softwares, and these softwares can be of any type. It can be used for big softwares as well as the small softwares. Plus it do have one more feature, that is it has a wide library support. It has a vast library support which actually make your softwares more, you can say, effective. And also for the programmers, those who are working upon these softwares, for programmers as well, it is a plus point because they are working with n number of libraries, which actually reduces their time and they have to write lesser codes, and they can easily import and reuse their libraries that they have once made. Next, increase productivity. As I have told you just now, this language is easy. It doesn't even use the semicolon symbol just like other programming language. So this do actually make it more easy, you can say, in the implementation phase as well, and which actually do increases the productivity of the persons or the individuals, those who are writing the codes. First of all, they have to type lesser lines. Second of all, they don't have to worry much about the data type of the variables, because in general it do assign the types in the runtime. Next, program portability. All the Python programs that we write, these are the high level programs, and there is no need to worry about transferring your programs from one PC to another, because even if you transfer your programs, your codes are going to work very effectively, because just like Java, this programming language also supports the concept of bytecode. It simply means that if you write something in the Python programming language, if you have a piece of source code in the Python programming language, this source code will not be directly converted to the object code. In Python, this source code will first be converted to the byte code, and then this byte code will be converted to the object code. For converting the source code to the byte code, Python uses a compiler. Python uses a compiler, and then once the code is compiled and a byte code is generated, this byte code is given to the machine, and for the conversion of byte code to the object code, we use a just-in-time compiler, which do actually is a interpreter. It is a interpreter. So this is how Python works. I hope you must have found this video interactive one and an interesting one. If you have liked the video, then please hit the like button. And now let's talk about the other things of this programming language.